Welcome. In today's video, we're going to address the lack of ankle dorsiflexion that we have and how we can improve and increase the range of motion to be able to give us more ankle stability as well as just more strength in the joint. We're going to understand why this issue has arisen, and we're just going to need a few pieces of equipment and a little bit of patience so we can work on this today. We will need a lacrosse ball, yoga block, a mini band, and a resistance band. To begin this protocol for increasing our ankle dorsiflexion, we want to start by loosening some of the tight tissue in our calf that could be hindering our ability to stretch into a position where our knees contract forward over our toes. Let's start with a lacrosse ball on top of a yoga block. While seated on the ground, place one calf on top of the ball. Start closer to the insertion in your Achilles and then work your way up your calf slowly. When you find a sensitive area, go through as large of a range of motion as you can with your ankle, making circles. We are going to perform 30 seconds in each direction of making these circles. One of the reasons we lose ankle dorsiflexion is because we slowly stop going into it. This could be from gait issues, like how we strike the ground with our foot, which could stem from various factors, such as a previous ankle injury, knee pain, or just hip mobility issues. Prolonged periods of sitting and inactivity can also lead to stiffness in the ankle joint as well as in the surrounding musculature, particularly the calf muscles, the gastrocnemius and the soleus, which definitely limit dorsiflexion when they're tight. Repeated ankle sprains can cause scar tissue formation and stiffness in the ankle joint, restricting dorsiflexion, and regularly wearing high-heeled shoes can also lead to shortened calf muscles and restricted ankle mobility over time. If we lack ankle dorsiflexion, or we have an imbalance in range of motion between the sides when we perform knee flexion movements, especially bilateral movements like a squat, with an imbalance, we place extra shear force on one knee, as well as just try to compensate from other joints, or we change our torso position because we cannot stay upright. This can lead to potential overworking of our erectors and lower back. When we finish doing our soft tissue work, we now want to start stretching the tissue of our calves. First, let's start by walking up to a wall with an elongated stance. Place the front foot's forefoot on the wall while maintaining contact with the ground on the heel. Shift your weight forward until you feel a large stretch in this calf. Hold this position for 30 seconds, occasionally shifting your weight more forward and rotating your torso side to side, which is just going to help you stretch different parts of the calf. Once completed, let's start forcing as much dorsiflexion as we can into the joint now that we loosened up the tight tissue that might have been restricting it. While kneeling on the ground in a lunge position next to a wall, preferably raising our forefoot onto a towel or a thin pad, go into a calf raise position, pressing your knee against the wall. From here, press your heel down to the ground while maintaining contact against the wall with your knee. Perform a set of 10 repetitions, taking deep breaths and working through the greatest range of motion that you can. To finish, I like to perform a banded joint mobilization stretch at the ankle. If you don't have a resistance band, you can just place a light load on your knee or just press down with your hands. And again, try to work through the largest range of motion that you can right now. With the resistance band attached in your doorway or around a sturdy object on the floor, step into it with one foot and have it at the base of your ankle. With adequate tension on the band, stand on top of a yoga block or something that's raised 6 to 8 inches off the floor and press your knee over your toes and try to find a sticking point in the range of motion. Press down on your knee to add tension, but make sure you do not lift your heel. Perform this for 30 seconds per side. As you're performing this, again, work through ranges of motion to the left and right and try to look for sticking points that you have lack of range of motion in, and just continuously press your knee forward over into that position. That concludes our protocol for increasing ankle dorsiflexion. Continue to do this daily to improve the range of motion and stability in your ankle. All of our movements start from the ground up, and if we fix our foot and ankle complex, it might help solve other related imbalances we have. Thank you for watching, and stay focused on taking care of the little things. You're going to see big improvements soon. Thanks for working hard. See you later.